So Sam, today we're reading cheating stories involving a sister who's a little too friendly, boob jobs, and suspicious pen pals. Are you ready?
I love all of those topics.
It's kind of great. It's great assortment for you today. So the first one we're starting off with is, I think my sister and my husband may be too close for comfort. What should I do?
Ooh.
That's the question.
Break up right now.
All right.
Or sister wives. Well, let's see.
Well, we're going to get into it, and this is OKOP, home to the craziest true stories on earth. I'm John and Sam. Let's dive into this story. So Revolutionary Noise 3 says, 8 months ago, my sister moved back into town. A small backstory, she has not lived here in 10 years, as she originally left for college and never came back.
Except today, she did come back.
Except today. Do you have a red flag?
The return of the sister. Your sister should never come home.
Oh, no.
If you live with your sister, that's a red flag.
Yeah. Throwing it down. We grew apart and we talked maybe once a year, and I haven't seen her physically in 4 years. That is quite a long time. I've been with my husband for 8 years, married for 3. She has met him twice in the entire duration of my relationship with him.
Because they don't see each other physically, which is a weird thing to say. It's a weird turn of phrase. It just sounds a little sexual to me.
In real life.
John, I haven't seen you physically in a while.
Oh, God. Yikes, guys.
Getting hot in here.
That's a little too much. He's a quiet and serious man who only opens up in front of me and a very few select friends of his. She was struggling to get a job here, so I thought I would be a good person and ask my husband if he could maybe help her find a job at his company since they work in the same type of field. Fast forward to current times, they actually work in the same department now.
Oh, so he was successful in getting her a job.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do anything to get this job.
Now they're all cozy together, you know, peering over each other's cubicles.
Yeah,
like, hey,
working late nights.
What you doing over there? You know,
I know. The working late nights. I mean, but they're in a different department. Or no, they're in the same department.
They're in the same department.
They're in the same department. Yeah. If they're working on projects together, I don't know, it can get a little dicey.
That's true. It does get pretty romantic when it gets working late nights with these fellas.
Riley just keeps trying to make something happen here.
He's trying to make a threesome happen.
Dude, we're shutting it down, Riley. But back to OP and the potential zingers that's going on over there, going from medium to hard. So he has been acting more closed off towards me lately, the husband. But he claims everything is fine when I ask him what is wrong.
Uh-oh.
Not fine.
Put him on. Put him on. Do we have a double segment?
All right, yeah. Red flag and conspiracy theory.
First, break down the red flag. What do you got?
Red flag that he's becoming distant right after they start working together.
Very suspicious timing.
Sister. Suspicious timing.
Very suspicious timing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's your red
but
flag.
you have a conspiracy. That's my red flag moment. But you have a conspiracy?
That they're gonna bone. That they're gonna go from medium to hard because it's too easy.
Oh, dude!
I added to it.
Bravo! But I feel like it's like one of those situations. I saw this TikTok where it's like, if I had the face of my sister, would you still love me?
Why? Why are we doing this?
Regardless of what you say, you're screwed, right? Because if you say yes, then it was like, oh, you want to hook up with my sister? And if you say no, oh, you wouldn't love me if I had a different face?
Okay, there's another question like this. Let's say that your significant other and your mom, let's say your significant other and your mom like switch souls. Would you bang your significant other knowing it's your mom in there?
No.
Or would you bang your mom knowing your significant other is in there?
You can't do either. Dude,
let's get back to the story.
We're getting back to the story, ladies and gentlemen. Well, real quick, we got to be detailed in these conspiracy theories, right? That's the segment. So I'm going to go with a very detailed guess of the husband and the sister were put on a project together,
and
like a special project.
Yeah, special project.
And that
late night.
Ended
up playing Guitar Hero in their rooms.
Ended up playing guitar. They just ended up spending so much time with each other. And then the husband wants to leave OP for the sister.
Oh. No way.
Because he spends so much time on the extra hard project.
Yeah, and they work so well together.
And they work so well. Dude, literally the boss is like, wow, you guys are the dream team. And they're like,
what if we took this work to our life? All right, let's get back to reality.
Let's get into it. Now, we had our traditional family Christmas meal yesterday. And at first, he tried to get out of it. Uh-oh.
Suspicious.
Red flag. Dude. Another red flag on the field.
Suspicious.
Come on. Like
he's distant because they recently started working together. And he doesn't want to come to family Christmas where they're both gonna be.
Come on. I mean, bro is spelling it out for us.
Flag.
Red flag. Red flag.
Red flag.
There we go. This is not something that he's ever tried to do, and I was very confused by this. After some convincing, he finally agreed to come along. My sister pulled him aside a few times. Dude, it's just...
Come on. Don't be that obvious, dude.
And they were in a very deep conversation, as if the rest of us just didn't exist. When I approached them every time, they would both jump a little, and when I'd ask what they were talking about, they would say, a work project that's near a deadline.
Whoa.
Perfect cover.
The work project is figuring out how to divorce and get them together. And it's near a deadline. AKA ultimatum.
Do you think she made the ultimatum?
Perhaps.
Let's see.
Back to reality. I was feeling a little off about their behavior, but the one thing that got me the most was at one point he got up to get himself another drink. She was sitting in a chair that was next to the kitchen door, so he had to pass her to go to the kitchen. When he was near her, she put her hand up and reached towards him, and he caressed her palm and lightly grabbed her fingers as he walked past her.
Show me how you think it would look.
I think so I'm like walking, and then it's like something like that.
Suspicious. Suspicious, dude.
It doesn't get any better from there. It doesn't get any better. She looked up at him with a big smile. He looked down at her and nodded his head.
Suspicious.
As soon as he was out of sight, she turned her head towards me and smirked at me.
Oh, there's some sister rivalry going on. Oh, she knows what she's doing.
She has the audacity.
She's trying to do it out in the open.
Woo! I gotta catch my breath over here. This is going
I am
nuts.
so glad I like my sister, and we're of different sexes.
Yeah, this is crazy.
If your sister...
Say
What,
it!
Riley? What?
Okay, not your sister. Or if you were bisexual.
Love that switch up.
Well, at least I would only be stealing her boyfriends and not the other way around.
There we go.
Wow.
True.
Well, I'll ask her when she gets on here. Sophia, how would it feel like if you had a boyfriend and Sam stole him?
She'd probably be pretty pissed. I would never do that because I love my sister.
But you're okay with you stealing her boyfriend, but not you stealing
Her stealing my girlfriend.
Riley's
Yeah.
trying to get you trapped on this episode. He's
Bro,
just trying to get you as
dude,
many
are you
times as he
setting
can.
all the traps possible.
Dude.
Just wait till next episode, John.
Oh,
Bro,
goodness
what?
gracious.
I love stirring the pot. We have the same conversations sometimes, and you need a little bit of
Spice.
seasoning.
He's adding that cumin.
Wow, Freudian slip much? Hello. Oh, man. Okay, well.
No more tame.
It was all planned. To be clear, Sophia, I will not steal any of your boyfriends. I
There
love
we
you
go.
too much.
There we go. Set the record straight,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. I later asked him what that was about, and he said, it's just a high five. It's just a high
That's how
five.
John and I high five all the time.
Exactly. I said, it didn't look like a high five. And he said, that's all it was. I've never had any reason to suspect him of cheating, but this has me feeling on edge. I've been battling with myself to investigate further. Another thing is that he doesn't focus that strongly when he and I talk. It's always just short answers and lighthearted. They were having some intense conversations where he was hanging on her every word and giving her in-depth responses. We have an update.
Which is another red flag.
All right, let's hop into the red flag breakdown.
If you don't feel like your husband or your partner is really listening to you and you see them like interacting in this like other way with someone else, I mean, I feel like that's a sign that maybe your relationship isn't as good as it could be.
What if he's like, babe, you need to work on your high fives? And
Yeah,
so
why can't you just be more like your sister?
yeah, can you just like be exactly like your sister?
Yeah.
God, cheating is already insane, but like, dude, going for the sister?
Yeah, I mean, hey, like at least he knows what he's getting a little bit. He knows the family already.
Yeah, he's already met the family.
He's already met the
He's
family.
yanked,
Already the
dude.
big steps.
The red flags just keep on going here. But maybe we switch out the red flags for a
Conspiracy?
tinfoil conspiracy hat. Y'all, we're getting into this update. What do we think is going to happen in this update?
I mean, they're definitely up to something.
Yeah, it feels like it, right?
I like what Riley said earlier, where they're planning on how to leave her. I think the sister is doing it out of spite. Like she may be into OP's husband, but I think she is also doing it because she wants revenge on her sister for some reason, for some kind of sister rivalry.
It's like that Mean Girls scene.
Which one?
They're at the Halloween party and
Regina George.
Regina
I mean,
George is
I don't
like,
know.
To the other Mean Girl.
I don't watch Mean Girls every Wednesday.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even like going to see the musical or anything.
She's like, oh, you like this boy? Okay. And then she makes out with him.
Yeah.
Despite her.
Yeah.
Right. For me, the smirk, that told me
Dude.
everything I needed to know.
Yeah,
He's
that
smirking.
is damning evidence.
Very damning evidence.
Also, red flag for her as a potential partner. If she's doing it like, yo, dude, I don't care how good of a conversationalist she is. If she's hooking up with you for revenge, that's not a good look.
If she's willing to do that for you, she's willing to do it to you as well.
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen, OP's husband? Like,
I was actually reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People this morning.
ooh.
And he talks about like there was this guy that came, actually no, okay, story time. Okay, story time. I'll tell you at the end.
Story
Here we
time.
go. Because we have the real story time because we're getting into this
Back
update.
to reality.
Back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. So I apologize for not updating sooner because this update happened almost a month after. We got the first one December 26th, the day after Christmas, and we got this one January 13th. So we're almost a month out and pretty recent as well, I might add. After my first post on Tuesday, I had asked my husband if we could go on a little weekend getaway together. We went up to a cabin in the mountains. Neither of us had cell phone service, so he couldn't call her sis. He's like, babe, I need to make a phone call. I need to make a work call.
Yeah. I need internet. I just need to go like to this motel around the corner.
We're having a very important business meeting there.
Please. Give us space.
It's a business conference.
If you hear any loud noises, just because we're getting worked up with these clients.
Dude, these projections are going crazy.
Oh, God.
Oh, I planned for that as I wanted to make sure that I had his full attention. The first night went fantastic, and I had almost forgotten about everything about my concerns with my sister. When we woke up the next morning, we cooked breakfast together, but he was rather quiet.
He's a quiet guy, though. Isn't that what she said about
Opie
him?
did say he was a quiet guy, but opens up with the friends and people that he's close with.
Oh, right.
So, like,
He's quiet generally, but with his friends, he's...
He's probably like a 3 out of 10 quiet, but today he was a 1 out of 10 quiet.
oh, yeah, right. Oh, there you go.
absolutely silent.
True. I asked if we could go on a little walk, which he agreed to. When we reached the lake, there were some large rocks that you could sit on. We both sat on the same rock, and we sat there in silence for what felt like forever. I finally got the courage to bring up the concerns that I had with my sister and him.
Is he going to come clean? Is there something to come clean about?
What do you think? Real quick.
I think he's going to crack.
It's going to crack?
I think he's going to crack right here.
I think nothing has happened.
His face went white. He admitted to falling in love with my sister.
Falling in love. It wasn't even like a little sucky behind the corner or something. It was like, I am
falling
in
in
love.
Dude, that...
Emotional and physical.
Is it physical? We don't know if it's physical.
We don't know.
We don't know if it's
We
physical.
don't know
The
yet.
caressing hand, premarital hand holding.
That's right.
Yeah,
How
that is
could we
true.
forget?
Yeah, a caressing of the hand is so like sensual.
It's very
and
intimate.
emotional. It's
The
very
only
intimate.
person he does that with is Christian, and you can,
Exactly.
yeah, you.
Yeah, I do. I was all over him yesterday.
All over him, dude. I can attest to that too, dude. This, you don't want to know where this back massager has gone.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
dude.
I'll just leave
Christian
it at
and I
that.
were
ladies and
giving each other
gentlemen.
back rubs the other day. That thing was great.
That's what I'm saying. They got to get their own now. I got to wash this thing before I bring it home.
We just bought one.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Good.
I think
Keep
it's
mine
coming
clean.
today or tomorrow.
Good gravy. Oh my gosh. But back to the insanity that we have at hand here. He said that it all started because of how much they have in common. They spend more time together at work than he does with me at home. Excuse me, bro. We have so much in common. We spend more time together because we work together.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's kind of getting awkward when John keeps whispering sweet nothings in my ear all work day.
Exactly, dude. You don't want to
Caressing.
know.
You saw that caress earlier today.
You saw it.
There was sparks flying.
Mhm, sparks were flying. He says he feels like he can talk to her about anything and it never gets tiring. He said he's never felt more alive than he does when he's with her.
That hurts so much more than just like a physical thing.
All right, Sam, I got a local one for you.
Ooh, local. Hit
Red
me.
flag or green flag, they smell like In-N-Out.
I want to lick that little bitty up because I love me an In-N-Out burger.
So
Munch
what's
on
the
that
verdict?
box. Green flag.
Green flag.
And you know what else I want to munch on?
What?
Our new drop at okop.show/shop.
That's right. If you're an eater and you eat it for lunch, then you can get one of our 50 hats, hoodies, hoodies or overalls as a part of our drop that ends February 9th.
And if you support this drop, you'll get a chance to be featured on the show and maybe even get interviewed.
That's right. So be a munch for you boys. Support the show and go to okop.show/shop before the drop ends February 9th or before we run out.
Get it.
And they started having a physical affair in October. And mind you, this is January. The emotional affair began in June. After working with her for a couple of months since the end of April. So at the end of April is when they started working together. He apologized for hurting me, deceiving me, and betraying me.
But he's going to be like, I'm sorry, but I got to be with her. I think that's, if you start your relationship like on the basis of cheating, it is a terrible way to start because you're always going to be worried, oh, if he's working with someone else, is it going to happen to me?
And again, yes, we are reading in between the lines, but come on, the smirk, I'm just calling it. I'm just calling it.
Yeah, dude.
Does he know?
I think she's in it for the wrong reasons.
She could be in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, once you guys have talked about this, once the sneakiness goes away, she probably will be like,
Yeah. Is the spark
the thrill
gone?
is gone. And I'm not torturing my sister. Could be, or some kernel of that is the truth behind why the sister is doing this. I asked him what he wanted to do about it. And he said that as much as he knows it will hurt me to say it, he no longer is in love with me.
Oh.
The most painful thing I've ever heard in my life is when he said the way he feels for her made him realize that he's never once felt that way for me, even at the time when he loved me the most. Dude, like
there's a certain point where do you gotta say all that?
yeah,
Do
you really don't. I
mean,
really do not think so.
Like,
If he says, I want to be with your sister, that's at least what it's.
that fucking tragic, but
Yeah.
it's not like the twist of the knife. This feels like mean.
Yeah, maybe the sisters brainwashed him.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This feels like way too out of pocket.
So out of pocket.
she's brainwashed him with all the head she's been giving him.
Dude.
Bro, that actually is a great name for head, brainwash.
High key, honestly. All right, you got that.
Yo.
Did we just invent a new turn of phrase?
Hold
Well, actually,
on.
they do call getting brain, but the wash part is important too.
Yeah, because if you're going
Exactly.
over time,
Yeah.
you are getting brain.
And it gets wet.
Oh no.
This is too much sexual talk.
It's too much
They're gonna
sexual
be
Sorry,
talk.
I
mad. They're
didn't
gonna
roll
be
it back.
mad.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
roll it
My
back,
bad.
Riley. Come on.
There we go. We're back, ladies and
Oh, man,
gentlemen.
I
We're back.
feel like so bad for her.
So bad for OP.
Because it's like, yeah, I mean, yes, telling the truth, important, right? But this is honesty without empathy, and that's cruelty.
Yeah, 100%. God, he's still going. He's not stopping.
He's digging deeper.
He said it's not comparable by any measure, and he doesn't feel right staying married to me.
Oh.
Why is he fucking Jesus?
So unnecessary.
I hope he dies.
Me too.
Okay, well, that was a little rough, but I hope this relationship doesn't work out.
I hope he gets bit by a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
His penis gets
There we
bit
go.
by a snake.
Chomp.
Ooh.
We are splitting in agreement that the marriage is over. But yes, I am heartbroken.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm heartbroken by, osmosis, by secondhand.
They have both applied to transfer jobs to a different city with the same company, and he offered to let me keep the house.
Good, I guess.
I told him that I didn't want the house because it reminds me of him/us. We have split the finances, and he is giving me more money than he is taking. At least he's doing that. Golly.
Oh my God.
His sister has money.
Well, maybe.
I mean, they do work the same job.
That is true. That'd be crazy if he got her the job that got her like super breaded that she can just take care of the husband she stole for the rest of his
I
life.
imagine they probably are. It seems like they're the same level if they're working on projects all the time.
Probably, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good observation. We are getting ready to list it for sale, which I think is a smart thing. Sell it and take the money. And I have been packing and doing odds and ends like painting. He said I could keep the full amount of the house sale.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
New carpet and flooring comes tomorrow, and the movers come this afternoon. I found a small house for myself to start fresh, but I know it will take some time for me not to be so heartbroken. My sister, on the other hand, is not handling it as kindly as he is.
What do you mean? My sister is not handling it as kindly as he is? That was kind?
Are you ready?
Everything he said?
You're not ready. You guys are not ready for what's coming next.
I can't.
She is gloating. She even accidentally sent me a photo of both of them where you can tell she is in heaven because she won him away from me. Not NSFW, I don't think, but they're like, like happy lovey-dovey.
Like 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah.
You don't.
I feel like have some solace just knowing that if she's doing this out of revenge, she's probably not actually that secure or happy.
Yes.
Because a secure, happy person doesn't need to
Send that photo.
Exactly. Like I need karma to hit both of these MFers, the sister and the ex-husband now.
Again, like living that life is karma enough.
I want more. I want more. I want more. Okay. Oh, good gravy. She changed her profile photo to a picture of her taking a selfie of herself smiling very smug as he is kissing her forehead.
Oh my gosh. Imagine being a cousin and seeing all this happen. on
Yeah,
Facebook.
dude. The family group chat's going off.
It's like, whoa, wasn't.
Yeah,
Do
literally.
you guys have family group chats?
Just my immediate family.
Yeah, it's not active though.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, story time about my family group chat.
All my cousins are 40.
My family group chat's like all of the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, like 60 people in there.
Fair.
So,
Fair enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
that they're 40?
Yeah, dude.
What are you talking about? You don't have any room to talk?
Yeah,
I'd be
bro.
down.
Like that sounds like your people.
Guys,
Those millennials.
I'm not 40. Just to set the record super clear.
He's 50.
We had,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm 60 years old. I also love how Sam has been bringing back the Lego set, but he's the one that has been destroying
I'm destroying it so
piece
heavily.
by piece. Oh,
I'm
good
putting it back,
gravy.
though.
But back to the story. I unfollowed her on TikTok because now she is posting videos and photos of them together. Some of them are from months ago, and it kicked me in the heart. I asked him if he could get her to please stop. He said he talked to her about it, but nothing has changed. I have removed myself from social media for now, except for Reddit.
Yay.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah.
Talk to us, OP. Talk to us. My mother. Oh, no.
John.
Oh, no.
No.
What's happened with the mother?
No.
My mother is favoring my sister's side. How? You've got to be kidding me. She comes from a poison family.
Oh my God.
This is one of those like Hall of Fame, like toxic evil families where OP is just like the
where
lone
it's
wolf
like why is
being-
everyone so crazy around? Yeah, dude. Oh, okay. What's the reason?
saying that she's not posting those things to quote unquote hurt me, and my sister deserves to be happy.
With someone else.
Doesn't OP deserve to be happy?
Yeah.
Why? That
Also, why are you condoning the relationship?
Yeah.
literally, like, you are having 0.00000 empathy for OP, who's also your daughter. Like,
There's
what?
100% favoritism
Dude,
going
favoritism
on
is going
to the max.
ridiculous. My mom said it's my fault for looking, and I need to stop being so petty.
She literally stole your husband.
She literally stole the husband, so this shouldn't even be a discussion. Even all that said, like, she is like, no, you know what? You can't even argue with this insane
No,
logic. Like,
no.
you can't even do it because
I mean, you just got to distance yourself from that whole family.
yeah, good point.
I think this is one of the stories where I'm like fully on board, no contact.
no contact. Yeah.
Like zero contact.
Yeah, it's just too poisonous. My father is taking the white flag and said he'd like to stay out of it.
Which honestly, taking a white flag in that scenario is a red flag.
Tell me why, Sammy. Break it down.
Because there's an obvious person who has done wrong here
Yup.
and should be condemned.
Yup.
They shouldn't just be like allowed to just do this and there'd be no, I don't know, consequences or just no say like condemning the behavior. The behavior should be condemned.
The white flag is the get out of jail free card for the sister.
The white flag is almost condoning it. It's
It is,
condoning
it
the
is.
behavior, which
Absolutely.
is totally not okay.
Yes.
I would say I'm giving the benefit of the doubt that he believes it's wrong, but he's not going to say anything because the mother is so on board. So he doesn't want to start something.
I don't
between
care.
them.
I don't care. Still
It is
a red
horrible,
flag,
but
dude.
like it is a red flag. But I think he thinks it's wrong, but he's not going to say anything because he doesn't want him and the missus to be on.
Oh
that.
yeah,
you
but
ready?
that's still a fucking red flag.
another
dude.
red flag.
If you can't stand
yeah.
up to your wife for doing something terrible, that's a red flag.
Yeah, and just like the type of relationship and being able to like
Yeah.
talk to someone and challenge someone on something, especially like your own daughter, man. I mean, just Red flags. Red
all
flags
the way.
galore, ladies and gentlemen. He said, it's not right what my sister did, but she's still his daughter. What is OP? What is OP?
I agree with that. She is
yes.
still his daughter, and it's not right.
But he still should condemn the bad behavior and be like, look, I'm not going to like cut her out of my life. I will hold her accountable, but I also
What
do
does it
love
mean
her.
to hold her accountable? And I actually have the proper punishment in mind.
Okay, I like this.
But what would be a way? I have a proper punishment, I think.
I
based
think,
on the last story.
yeah, what's a good punishment? I mean, one, this is maybe more extreme, and maybe you don't have to go this extreme, but saying something like, I need you, like definitely you have to apologize to your sister, creating some conditions, maybe even like, don't see this guy because like it's ruining the family.
I don't.
That's like
they
a more
probably wouldn't be able to control that.
No,
but I think what they
probably
can say is like Christmas, Thanksgivings.
Yeah,
your sister decides whether you come or not.
That's great. That's great. Totally.
So it's not like they're cutting them out of their life, but it's like we're choosing you on the holidays that we spend time together.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like the whole thing of like, oh, well, she's still my daughter. It's like, yeah, you can still have, you can still like stay in contact with her and like still love her. You know, that's okay. But like,
but you need to
do
also love
something.
your other daughter.
Love
who
your
was
other
wronged.
daughter. Like, oh, the favoritism is just insane. Yeah. Anyways, he said that he won't accept their relationship and he is here for me for whatever I need, but he won't be in the middle of this. I respect his decision on that. I'm sure it's not an easy place to be in. Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. All right.
I think I agree with everything he said. I would just add the thing that we just said about the like Christmases and Thanksgiving.
The thing that bothers me is the complete get out of jail free card for the sister. Totally like, yeah, you don't have to like go no contact with her or like say like, oh, you're not my daughter anymore. No. But just do some, at least the barest of minimums, sit her down and be like, what you did is wrong and here's why.
Yeah.
And this is firmly what I believe. You can't sway me from that. Thank you for all of your kind words, all of the advice that was given. I probably didn't add everything. My brain is kind of foggy at the moment. And we do have one final closing edit for this story. Edit for those thinking that this is unrealistic because it was magically resolved in 18 days. It is far from resolved. They are moving to a different office because he said he feels guilty and doesn't want to be near me. Yeah, he doesn't want to be constantly reminded of what a piece of dookie is.
Yeah.
God. They have not transferred yet because they can't for a while due to lack of openings. I worded it wrong, which is my fault. I wanted to update as much as possible as to try to put closure to this for those people that were asking for an update. Also, I have no contact with all of them except for my soon-to-be ex at the moment and will be for a long time, if not forever. I will be no contact with him after the divorce.
Well, I mean, that is a good decision.
Yes, that
That's
is a good
good.
decision for sure. Yeah.
I feel so bad
For OP, like talk about doing absolutely nothing wrong and getting the rawest, worst, most gut-wrenching, knife-twisting deal of all time.
Yeah. Dang, I'm sorry, OP. My okay story time, which basically relates to like my advice on this is I was reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which great book. And it talks about just like living a principled life and something that the examples that he gave this, like he ran into this guy at this conference and he's like, my wife doesn't trust me. Like she's always like nagging me about whenever I go to these conferences and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, like why? He's like, well, I met her at one of these conferences when I was with my ex-wife. And she's worried that
that's so funny
that it'll happen again.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, of course, because you have shown her that that's how you treat a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you reveal who you are through your actions, right? And like how you treat people and how you treat others. And if this is how this relationship starts, really shaky ground, even if they have a deep connection.
Yeah.
Even if they have a deep connection, because both of them, especially maybe the sister at some point, is going to feel insecure and it is going to be like, what if he did this to me?
Can we play through this scenario? So let's say it's early on with the husband and sister working together. They start like the first inklings of noticing some feelings are there. You as the husband, what do you do if you're in this exact same scenario?
I mean, I think we've talked about this a little bit before, and I do have a golden rule on this.
Oh, another golden rule. Okay, I'm excited now.
So as soon as you notice there's romantic feelings, you kind of stop contact and then you address that with your wife.
Yes.
And in that moment, you could probably like, oh, like this relationship isn't working. Like I don't feel this way for you. And you can end a relationship because of what you don't have, not because of what you have with someone else. And it's like, it's more about you realizing what this relationship is missing rather than, jumping ship to another ship.
Yeah. Like it is, I'm sure there's some scenarios where it's like someone's, God, can we really even say this? Someone's soulmate isn't actually you. It's rather your sibling.
And I think it could be true.
It could be true.
It could be true, but
1 in a million, it's going to happen,
it could be true,
I guess.
but the thing is, he totally ruined it because he let it go too far. And now that relationship is built on really unstable ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Can't have it all.
Can't have it all. But we can have another okay story time on the family group chat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to show you guys my family group chat. So like, I don't even know. I never look at it actually. Let's see where.
What are their numbers and their addresses?
It's called Donnerville.
Nice. I like that.
Two numbers recently left. There's 26 people in there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the cousins.
And I don't have, it's my cousins. I don't even have like half of these numbers.
I mean, that's 60 people. Like that's a lot.
Oh, beautiful birthday girl. I don't know. It's my cousin and his wife. One of my cousins is pregnant.
Nice.
I haven't even seen these pictures.
For a guy who was talking up all this family group chat stuff.
I don't look at it. It just exists. I will show you guys this one.
Yep.
My aunt Nan sent this in the chat. These are my grandparents back in the day.
Oh, dude.
Whoa.
That is such a great picture.
Isn't that a great photo?
Studs.
Yeah, dude. Studs.
I love that picture.
Yeah. I love a family group chat.
Yeah.
I should look at it more, honestly. I'll participate.
What are you doing?
Get homesick though.
I live here.
Riley's like, wait a second.
Do you have a family group chat, Riley?
No. I probably should. I could probably start one. I could initiate that.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it'll make you feel closer to your family.
Yeah.
I FaceTime them here and there. FaceTime my brother. He's great.
We heard this morning.
Yeah. We always talking to Tate.
Wilden.
You
know what I do want you to talk about?
What?
This next story.
Oh, ow. Let's do it.
All right, let me pull it up, big boys. I told my friend, those fake tits didn't keep your man home. Now, did they? And this comes from Bubbly Technology 804. And they say, I have a friend, and I'll call her Tiffany.
Oh, boy.
Riley's dating a girl named Tiffany. Or not dating.
I wish.
He is.
She's leaving soon.
Rough.
Tiffany is the greatest person ever because she... Okay, story time.
Okay, story time.
Nice work.
The backstory of this girl is kind of funny because she used to be my middle school 9th grade bully, but we ended up being close friends. And though we became close, that hasn't stopped her from being snarky over the years. But I overlooked it because I figured that's just her personality. I did up until now because in my opinion, she crossed the line. Tiffany likes to brag. Her husband and her have been together since high school. She's also a real estate agent working at a high-end realty company. She makes pretty good money and she overall has a nice lifestyle. No hate here. But lately, this girl's been having it out for me. So me and a couple of my girlfriends had to get together at her place, but she wouldn't stop targeting me. It's not verbatim, but this is what she said. So what's the deal with y'all? Why hasn't he married you? It's been years, girl. Oh, I know. He probably won't marry you because you're kind of flat.
Ooh, those are fighting words.
Why are people
That
like
is the
this?
meanest thing. It could also be like sometimes I'll like try to be funny and I'll just say the wrong things, like telling someone a gerbling story.
We're going to talk about that. Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yes, we have to.
I'll put a trigger warning on it.
I'm going to start the story off and set the context once we get there.
Okay.
But we are going to talk about the
All
gerbil
right,
story.
we'll talk about it.
You went
All
out of
right.
line, buddy.
Never tell a
We'll
story
get to
about
it.
gerbling. I know I effed up, Riley. Okay. Anyway, she said for years my body is why my boyfriend won't marry me.
No.
This is like a frenemy situation.
What the heck?
This is not your friend.
This is not your friend.
Not your friend.
She's gotten her entire body done, and now that she has a nice body, she's shaming me. She used to be skinny too, ironically enough. So I clapped back and said, those fake tits didn't keep your man home now, did they? Because her husband has had a history of cheating.
All right. So
These aren't friends.
yeah. Is the shot fired back like cleared? Because No? Why?
What?
Yes.
Dude, if she's calling you flat and being like, nobody loves you because of the way you look and the way God created you, you can clap back, bro. She got fake tits, bro. She's a fake person.
I have an okay story time about this too.
Okay.
About fake
Wow.
tits.
I just don't think it's good to clap back in general.
Okay. All
I
right.
feel like it ends up creating more animosity, which
Right.
happened to OP.
Okay.
They all called me a bitch and kicked me out.
Oh, damn. But you can create animosity if like they're terrible people.
I have an okay story time.
I'm on the line, so we'll see if you can
I
convince
know
me.
John wouldn't do that.
I would never say that.
You would never say that.
No. If it's acceptable or not. That's the question.
Her poking at me, I guess, brought back some of the resentment from the old days of her bullying me. So I think I just snapped. It was really hurtful to my self-esteem. To be honest, was I wrong? And there is an update.
That's her childhood bully.
Yeah. I don't know why. Why are they friends?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like they're friends.
No, this is terrible friendship.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
But let's get into the update.
All right.
They ended up texting me apologizing, but reading these comments really made me realize they're full of shit and not my friends.
Thank you.
Amen.
There we go.
Amen.
There we go.
I'll take the advice to be around better and more uplifting people. Most of our hangouts were superficial sessions where we tear each other down and gossip when we should be having fun. And if not, that we have to be her therapist as she dumps all of her baggage onto us, LMFAO.
She's an energy vampire as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds terrible. A lot of you ask why we're even friends to begin with. To that I answer, I guess I fell into her BS. In the 10th grade, we started being in a lot more classes and sports together, so she befriended me, and we bonded over both being Italian. The rest was history and more bullshit, lol, but I know it was done. Funnily enough, even her own family can't stand her. I'm close to her sisters who are polar opposites to her, and even they said to cut her ass off. I'm just so done. I hope somewhere down the line she realizes that she should be a better person. I sure realized I do. I shouldn't have even gone down there with her anyway. Thank you for the advice.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds like you need a friend group. These people suck.
Thank God that she came to the conclusion
Yeah.
that this was not even a friend group.
Yeah.
I know people just like fall into it, kind of like OP said, but I just wonder how people get so deep in these kinds
Well,
of.
you just want to be friends with people. I have a good friend that I think their friend group is a little bit toxic, and I was
Yeah.
hanging out with them. This is not someone that you know. It's a tangential friend, but like I feel like their friend group is like a little bit toxic. And dude, this is okay story time that's related to it. Two separate people. It was fucking weird, dude. So I'm sitting with this girl and I'm talking to him, and she's like a little bit cute, and we're like hitting it off and chatting. And she tells me that she has like broken up with someone in September, and it was an 8-year relationship, right? I'm like, damn, but she's like, no, but I'm really feeling myself, blah, blah, blah. And then this guy sits down, and they start talking, and I'm like she's like super standoffish. He's trying to be like nice, and she is like, I don't know. It seems like they had dated, and then what turns out is he is good friends with her ex,
Right.
And like this friend group split apart. All the girls are friends with each other. All the guys are friends with each other, and they have this larger friend group that brings them together. But like he's trying to have a relationship with some of the girls that he's known for like 8 years at this point, but their friend circle is just totally fragmented.
Huh.
I'm just sitting there because I was
Yeah.
talking to her.
Right.
We're now having this whole conversation of the complicated interpersonal dynamics of their friend group and how like she doesn't feel like the need to be around him because he's like an asshole, and him saying
the boyfriend, not the
yeah,
guy she's
the
talking to
boyfriend,
now.
and him
The
saying,
ex.
well, he's not like that bad a guy. Like, I'm not going to say anything bad about him, and I don't have anything about you. And I felt like I'm just like caught in the middle, and I'm like, and they're like asking me advice on this. Like topic.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, I mean, I don't know if I should be here, but I felt it would be rude to leave at this point. And
Yeah.
also I felt like it would be rude to stay. Anyway, at the end of that conversation, the guy leaves, and she looks at me and she's like, I fucking hate that guy. And then started like dishing all of this like crazy dirt on him. And I don't know, that gave me a little bit of like a red flag, kind of like toxic, I don't know, vibe
Right.
that you were friends with this person for 8 years, and to suddenly just like, I don't know, talk shit that aggressively to someone you don't even know seems kind of out of pocket.
Question.
And
Yeah.
toxic.
Was there magic involved?
Magic? No, you're not going to guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Riley really wants to know.
And then also this other guy I was talking to, like he misinterpreted something that I said. There was this girl that he was talking to, and she was like, oh my God, she was about to say fuck, but then she said heck. And I'm like, dude, I love how you censored yourself. That was really funny. And then he's like, why did you say I censored myself, thinking I was talking to him? And then just ignored me in conversation for the rest of the time. And I eventually I won him over from being like a nice guy, but he was continually just ignoring me in conversation. And then some of the other people were seeing that he was doing that. And I did a tiny little clap back. It's like, oh no, don't worry. It looks like he's pretty busy. He was just being a little douchey, but I felt bad about that clap back.
Yeah. I'm not one to clap back in this way.
I don't think it's ever a good move. I think you'll always feel bad.
Yeah. I think you won me over.
Dude,
sometimes those zingers
trying to clap back.
Dude, the zingers zing sometimes. You know what I mean?
But I have a question for you guys. Would that be because I got her number, she wanted to be invited to the potluck. Is that a red flag, you think?
On who? You
On
or
her?
her?
Yourself?
On her.
On her?
Inviting yourself to the potluck?
No.
Trying to get invited or not trying to get invited.
On her basically being instantly after talking to someone, I hate that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would especially not air out dirty laundry with a stranger like that. I've had situations where it's had a friend and then I was I realized I just hung out with them because I was lonely and didn't have a lot of friends at that point in time. And I'm oh, this wasn't a good friendship. You know what I mean? So I can understand maybe that's another reason why OP was in this friend group. I might be kind of matter of fact about okay, here's kind of what happened, but not.
I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I would do that.
It was a little red flag for me.
Yeah. Little
Tiny.
I don't know. Would that be a red flag for you guys? I'm curious what you think.
Please let us know in the comments below. But I think we have one final thing to close this out.
A call-in? Or are you talking about gerbling?
Or Tiffany.
I was going for Colin, but where are we going, boys?
How about you tell your Tiffany story?
Yeah, there we go.
So I met the best person ever in the world to ever be created. Her name is Tiffany, and she introduced Sam and John, and it was her going away party, and I went there, and I was like, I just want you to know, you were the best person ever, and you birthed me because you introduced Sam and John together. And I took her bamboo from her house and met all her friends.
And then got all of their numbers. And we'll
Yeah.
date all of them. Not really, but
Not really.
all jokes.
I went on a date with one of the girls from there, and she was awesome.
There you go.
That one's complicated. I'm still figuring that one out. But awesome person, loved it.
Yeah. Literally, without Tiffany, this show you are watching right now would not exist.
Yeah, she introduced us.
Okay, so I am wondering if I should be concerned over my boyfriend's female friend.
Female
I'm
friend.
bisexual, so I've had many exes in the past that get mad if I have any kind of friend because I go both ways, and I don't like that. So I generally have no issues. My boyfriend's straight, so I don't care about female friends. However,
Okay.
he has done things improperly.
Oh, like what? Okay.
Right.
So we have the cliffhanger.
Full cliffhanger.
He's done something improperly with one of his female friends.
Not an email friend, a female
Not
friend.
a female. We thought it was an email friend for a second, but it's a female friend. Okay. Let's call her and get more context. Hello. Can you hear us?
I guess.
Amazing. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. This is Sam from OKOP.
Hi.
And John. What was your
that.
name?
Sammy.
Sammy. Oh,
Hey,
huge.
great name, great name.
So we were just listening to your voicemail and you said your boyfriend had maybe done some sketchy things with a female friend. Can you give us the 30-second breakdown of what has gone down?
We broke up, so that can pretty much set up. But yeah, he continued acting sketchy around her, and I just kept catching him in lies, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
What happened? Like, what were the things that you caught him in?
So she slept over at his house, and he lied to me about it.
Oh.
His ex, not his best friend. She was a coworker, so he used that as an excuse all the time, like, oh, she's my boss. And it's like, okay, but you work for a corporation, you have 10 other bosses, you don't have them over. Forced to sleep over and then lie to your girlfriend about it.
Was he saying like they're working on a project or something? Like
No,
what?
he would just say like, oh, she's my boss. Like,
So I have to sleep over?
So I have to sleep over?
yeah, pretty much. Like, I have to be friends with her. Like, I can't just not be friends with her.
Yeah.
Did he get a promotion?
Did he get a promotion?
Yeah, and I'm like, you don't talk to your other bosses like that.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
extremely sus. Did you ever hang out with her?
No, I refuse.
Yeah, I
Smart.
can imagine. No good. So was that was the straw that broke the camel's back? What was the conversation you guys had that ended it all?
I honestly, okay, I don't remember when I left the voicemail, so I don't remember like where exactly things had left off, but I think I just brought it all up and he kept denying it and like saying like, oh, she's like always going to be in my life. Like she's also my best friend. I'm like, okay, but why do you think it's okay to have your best friend sleep over and then lie to me about it and hide it? Like that's sketchy.
Yeah, it's so sketchy, dude. That's so sketchy.
So, I was like, okay, well then you can go have that. That's what you want.
Wow.
Did they end up together, like as a couple?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, well, at least that is good. But yeah, how do you feel post breakup? Like, do you feel good? Were there other like in retrospect, are there any other red flags from that relationship where you're like, there's some things that maybe I had overlooked that I'm glad that I'm now rid of?
Yeah, a little bit. One thing, so we broke up yesterday.
What?
Oh, wow.
Oh
Okay,
my
so this
goodness.
is all right.
This is fresh, Sammy. Are you okay?
And my birthday is Thursday. So, I mean, not the greatest, but I'll make it through.
Well, happy early birthday. At least.
Oh my God, the present of maybe ditching someone who isn't good for you, though, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know. All my friends are like, good, he was mean anyways.
Oh, thank God.
Like,
okay.
All right.
Oh my goodness. This is so recent.
Yeah, it was back and forth for a bit, and then
Back and forth, what do you mean?
like arguing about whether we were going to break up or like try to work things out.
I guess, like, what have you learned from this whole situation? Like, if you were to give your past self some advice from your future self, like, what advice do you think you would
Don't be a
give
dumbass.
him?
Ignore the red flags when you see them.
Yeah, don't ignore the red flag is probably good advice. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Sammy. Really appreciate it. And I hope, you're going to get through this, obviously, but I'm glad that you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in. Thanks, Sammy.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. Bye.
Wow, dude, a birthday breakup, man.
Breakup. Not good.
Honestly
good.
Definitely all for the best. Obviously, the timing, of course, is like, honestly, hopefully her friends will get, she said her friends were like, yeah, he was like mean and like not great anyway. So hopefully they'll kind of galvanize around her, give her a good birthday and get her back in good spirits.
Yeah. Maybe we can go out to the clubs and have some fun,
Sam's ready to bounce back.
Well, Sammy, thank you so much for calling in. We love talking. We love talking to you. And if you want to tell us a story of your own, call us at 440-508-6567.
That's right. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.